Welcome to the jungle. We're back at Walt Disney World. It's the hottest, jungliest park of them all. You guessed it. We're back at Disney's Animal Kingdom. And yes, I'm wearing a very blue shirt. Believe it or not, that's only one of several very weird things going on today. But we'll talk about that later. There's no time right now. No trip to Walt Disney World would feel complete for me without coming to Animal Kingdom, and yet it closes at 6 p.m. and it's already well past 4. So as you can see, we don't have a lot of time to lose. It is about 100,000 billion degrees in Orlando right now. We've already seen 2 people faint in this park so far. And that's on top of seeing 3 people pass out yesterday. So maybe it's for the best that we get a move on and keep it snappy so that we don't become additional heat victims. And we have got to start with Dinoland USA. So far, this is my 3rd trip to Walt Disney World in 2025. And even though they've all only been about a month apart from each other, every time I come back, it seems like there's some Jurassic change. And that is because, if you haven't heard, Dinoland USA is going extinct. They're in the countdown to extinction right now. Half of the land has basically already been demolished, and soon Dinoland USA will become Tropical Americas here at Animal Kingdom. This whole area here was once the sort of carnival Chester and Hester's part of Dinoland USA. Look at that, it's gonna have an Encanto theme. And then over here, where Dinosaur, the ride, is currently still existing, that right there is being transformed into a new Indiana Jones ride. And as many great Dinoland USA memories as I have, this is an amazing change, and I cannot wait to get on that ride. Sort of difficult to tell from here, but all of the remaining bits of Chester and Hester's and the whole half of Dinoland USA over there has completely disappeared. All that's left is a little bit of the souvenir shop over here, just because I assume they're gonna repurpose that building and the original gas station. I say original because in the sort of in-world theming of Chester and Hester's, the idea was that they owned this gas station here, and then when the paleontologists came and started digging up dinosaurs out here, they saw an opportunity to capitalize on that and then built the whole hokey theme park attractions across the street. Restaurantosaurus is still here, that's unaffected, but all the animals that were in the land have been rehomed, including that big old crocodile that was here for what felt like decades. Like I said, Dinosaur the ride is still open, at least for the moment, but it too is going to go extinct, supposedly set to close sometime in 2026. And then they'll begin that Indiana Jones transformation in earnest. So as you can see, it's kind of strange out here right now. And even though I was just out here in Dinoland USA a month ago, I had to come back because it's just sort of weird being in this like half land. It's sort of half closed, half open. Some parts of it feel like you're headed to the back rooms or something. I don't know. It's interesting that Disney experimented with a dinosaur-themed attraction at all in the first place, you know? I mean, I guess the park opened in 1998. Jurassic Park was all the rage, but dinosaur attractions are kind of a dime a dozen across the country, or they used to be. And it's interesting that Dinoland USA itself will be extinct soon. What the heck, is that dinosaur poop? It'll just be this weird part of forgotten Disney history one day. Much like the dinosaurs themselves. Except as old as I am, I wasn't around when dinosaurs roamed the earth. I will be able to say I was around when dinosaurs roamed Walt Disney World. So strange. All right, well, speaking of Dinosaur the ride, it's about time we climbed aboard. Like I said, I love this land. I love this whole theme in this area. Very 90s. Totally something that makes me feel like a kid when I see it. I never came here as a child, but even better, I have memories of bringing my son here when he was little. He loved Dinoland. And yet, having said all that, this is one change that makes total sense here at Walt Disney World. And I cannot wait to see this place when the transformation is complete. Dude, one day we're gonna be standing out here looking at a temple for an Indiana Jones ride. And it doesn't get much more exciting than that. Dude, I can't believe the line is only 15 minutes long. I would have thought people would have been queued up for hours just to get into this sweet air conditioning. Oh, look at that. Allie's got her fan on no matter what. Oh, look at all these relics right here. You know, a lot of these are real fossils. They actually have a curation team, like a museum certified curation team at Imagineering, whose full-time job is sort of curating all the different displays and museum areas, not just Animal Kingdom, but all of Walt Disney World. Like the Animal Kingdom Lodge has got artifacts from Africa in here. These are real fossils, just like me and all my other friends born in the 20th century. And they actually take these exhibits in here very seriously. They have professionals to curate them. So basically, the line for Dinosaur has always been a legit dinosaur museum. I mean, look at all these actual fossils and replica skeletons. Then let's not forget about this room with the huge skeleton of the Carnotaurus, explaining how dinosaurs went extinct and including the voice of Bill Nye, the science guy himself, the ultimate science authority to kids of the 90s. See, I don't think Carnotaurus was a real dinosaur, was it? I always thought that was an invention of Disney for this ride over here. So I wonder what happens to the giant Carnotaurus skeleton when this ride is closed. The line is moving too fast to see the pre-show right now, but you can see the little asteroid comes along, like a little light comes down that tube and hits the earth. Kaboom! Extinction. And then once again, look at that. Look there in the rock. Those are real fossils there. All right, I've been informed by a cast member Carnotaurus is a real dinosaur. This is just a replica, obviously, but it did actually exist. I never knew that. I thought Disney made it up. See, I'm learning. I just learned a new fact. The back half of that is a T-Rex. So that's a T-Rex rump with a Carnotaurus front because they've never found a full intact Carnotaurus before. So weird. I want to say Carnosaurus, but that's just me when I go to a steakhouse. Oh yeah, I forgot about this with the lady from the Cosby Show. And this guy, Seeker, trying to get his hands on a living dinosaur. So cool, dude. We're going to go back in time in the Time Rover.
Now, here's the drill. You follow the homing signal to the iguanodon. Then I'll enlarge the transport field and boom, you're back with one additional passenger extra large.
I love that the Time Rover vehicles in this ride were basically based off of the Indiana Jones vehicles in the first place. Pretty much the same ride as Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye at Disneyland in California. Just for whatever weird reason, they thought, no, we gotta make it dinosaurs. Ah, the ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise tubes. At one point, this ride was sponsored by McDonald's, so they have the chemical formula right there of ketchup ingredients, mustard ingredients, mayonnaise ingredients. Kind of awesome that is still sort of part of the ride. Look at this. Look how 90s it looks. It looks so 90s I had to turn my hat around. Just the colors, the banners. Technically the ride was kind of reconfigured in 2000 or 2001, but it just has that 90s stank all over it. And there's the Time Rover vehicle. Now it's really dark in this ride. This camera that I'm holding is absolute trash in low light. I mean, truly awful, but we'll do the best we can. And hopefully we find our dino. Look at that, here comes another Time Rover coming back from the past. All right, it's almost our turn. Just such a cool, weird, bizarre set, you know?
Listen up, we've got to get in, grab the iguanodon, and get out before that asteroid hits. Let's roll!
I've always loved this ride, just because it's so weird. Oh yeah, we're in the toaster oven of time! We're going back, Allie! And not back to the future either.
Dino. Computer, what are you tracking?
It's very hard to see, but there are some big dinosaurs in here.
Shatter in range.
Just little ones.
The way this works now, if you've never been on this ride, it's just like the Indiana Jones ride in California, but much slower. Stops quite a lot to analyze dinosaurs. And you're going to hear this guy say, not our dino.
Serious. One autopilot on homing signal now.
Whoa!
Hey, I'm tracking the big dino on the scope.
Oh yeah. Look at the size of that thing. It's like everybody's mother-in-law. Oh, it's Carnotaurus. Woohoo!
Carnotaurus.
Definitely not our dino. Go, go, go!
Dude, it's so dark in here. You can barely see anything. So when it does speed up and kind of go fast and jerk you around a little bit, whoa! It's actually kind of startling and scary. I'm feeling startled! It is like pitch black in here. Wow, I can see that!
That's it! Abort mission!
Is that you screaming, Allie?
Get it! Get them out now!
Because it's so dark, it's creepy.
Asteroid impact.
All right, here comes the asteroid. Ah! Woo!
They're not gonna make it!
Oh, we're gonna make it! You gotta believe, guys! We made it back to the toaster of
You
time!
made it! And guess who made it back with you? I better find him before
Oh, there he is!
Thanks for
There's the
everything!
dinosaur! Woo! Always feels like that ride ends so abruptly. I know it's always been like mostly pitch black dark in there, but I swear it was even darker than normal. Maybe they're not replacing the light bulbs anymore since they know the ride's going extinct. That was awesome. Ah, yes, and then after you exit the ride, you can still see what were the very high tech at the time on-ride photo screens over here, so you can see your photo from the ride. Up here you got the security camera footage of the dinosaur we brought back from the past, roaming the halls of the Dino Institute, some of the aftermath. As I think you can tell from just looking around, it is very reminiscent of Jurassic Park or the Jurassic Park Visitor Center. It's not a clone, but definitely capitalizing on the success of that franchise in the 90s. And it's just dawning on me now that we should probably pick up some dinosaur-specific merchandise, like some of these dinos here, or the little time vehicle. Not that it's ever been the most popular merchandise at Walt Disney World, but who knows when and if they're ever going to replenish it. It as the countdown towards extinction nears its end. Much like Splash Mountain, I'm wondering, what if the merchandise goes extinct before the ride? Look at that all over there. That is sick. Oh, you can still get your on-ride photo. You just tap your magic band over at one of these desks. I want that thing up there, the giant lenticular Carnotaurus. Whoever's in charge of ripping that out, you know who to give it to. Dude, it's a pretty ridiculous looking dinosaur, dude. That's kind of my favorite thing ever. Seriously, Disney, are you listening? I want that. It's one of the most random merchandise ever. The only place at Walt Disney World where you can get those little squeezy, zoo-style little dinosaur pincher things. You got some dinosaur puppets.
Who are you calling a puppet, you tool?
I was hoping they would have made some shirts, especially since the ride's going out of style, but all they've got are these. They've had these for at least 10 years. Still classics, though. This is gonna sound weird, but this is the kind of place that if it was just out in the swamp somewhere as a standalone attraction and they abandoned it, I'd love to buy it and live in it. It's just so weird. Like, it's always felt half abandoned. I mean, at least the 15 years I've been coming here, it's always felt, I mean, at least a little bit like a dead mall, in a way. Never been the most popular attraction, but if you appreciate the product of its timeness, then it's bound to be one of your favorites. In fact, I kind of feel like everybody who comes to Walt Disney World for the first time, or especially people who are familiar with other Disney parks in other parts of the world, who comes here and rides on Dinosaur for the first time and has no idea what to expect, there's sort of a bonding moment that everybody has. That first moment where you ride this ride and go, what the heck did I just witness? And I mean that in kind of a good way. Like, it's one of those things. It's just lovably wrong. All right, well, that's enough Dinosaur. That's enough Dinoland USA. Time to move on to something that I hope isn't going anywhere for a long time to come. We're headed out of the jungles of the past and on to the Himalayas. Kind of cool that the boneyard little sort of fossil playground is still there. I hope that sticks around for a while. Just give kids something to do. But seriously, this tropical America's land looks like it's going to be absolutely awesome, and it fits the whole theme of the park much better than Dinoland USA ever did. I mean, after all, they've got an Africa section, which I ran out of time for today, which again, I'll explain later, like the blue shirt. Right now, albeit the back way, we're headed into the Asia section. Central and South America just makes sense. I get accused every once in a while of being a negative Nancy because I don't like that they're taking out Rivers of America and Magic Kingdom, but I'm excited to see the Villains Land and the Cars ride. It's just where it's going that I'm like, huh? I don't know, I can't help it. My brain likes things to be thematically consistent, you know? That's why I'm a fan of Disney parks in the first place. It's the thought behind everything, the attention to detail, you know? Ooh, by the way, I gotta go watch that Nemo show again. I think they're done for today. But I just realized Allie has never seen that Finding Nemo show or the Lion King show at Animal Kingdom. I tend to be way more, let's walk around in the theme environments and let's get on the rides guy than let's go watch the shows guy. Sometimes it takes other people to remind me, like, hey, it's okay to stop and take in a show or a parade every once in a while. Especially if those shows are indoors and air conditioned. All right. We've made it over here. We've made it to the Himalayas. And still the best ride at Animal Kingdom, Expedition Everest. Dude, I can't wait. I need that roller coaster breeze on my body. Oh, I've never noticed this little weird themed back door to the gift shop. And what kind of freaking skull is that? Is that a Yeti skull? That's what I love about Animal Kingdom, especially things like this. Like, is that a real language? Could you read that? What does it say? Is there Easter eggs there? There's always stuff here that I've never seen or noticed before. So many textures, so many layers of history and blending of real cultures and imaginary cultures. And freaking giant roller coasters with Yetis inside. I mean, sure, a disco Yeti in this case, but a Yeti nonetheless. Actually, while I was walking away from there, the ride broke down for a second. I just walked over there and go, oh, are you ready to put more people on? They said, not Yeti. Well, that gives me a chance to check out the gift shop over here. Oh, and you little monkey genius, you found the red Powerade. Oh, I'm saved. Man, they got some cool Yeti souvenirs in here from time to time, but what I really wish I could buy is some of these. What are all of these? Amazing, so much texture. Look at all the supplies for people climbing the Himalayas. I just love the storytelling. I was talking to none other than legendary Disney Imagineer Tony Baxter himself about the fact that there's really no good word for kind of experiential 3D entertainment. People use the word immersive, but that could be applied to almost anything. Just something about environmental storytelling, you know? The way like constructing something imaginary became Imagineering or Imagineers. We need a word like that for environmental storytelling. And I've I've not been able to put my finger on what that would be. I can tell you, the Joe Rohde and the WDI team that put together Animal Kingdom were masters of it. Now here's the thing, we did show up and start filming kinda late. We didn't know the park closed at 6 p.m. today. We had to sleep in because we were at the 70th anniversary of Disneyland filming that. Basically, it took 24 hours for that experience and then getting the video online, then slept for 3 hours, went to the airport, came out here, did 2 days in the park, and then poor Allie started getting the Disney rash. She started getting the little heat rash on her legs yesterday. She was getting pretty overheated, so we actually slept in for once. Then we got to Animal Kingdom, and not only did I get sunscreen over my black t-shirt, necessitating the purchase of another shirt, and I've been meaning to wear more color, although I'm very uncomfortable in this. I somehow accidentally ended up with just like all black shirts in my wardrobe, like for a while now, and I was thinking, yeah, I gotta mix it up eventually, so why not start today? But then we forgot the memory card for the camera in the hotel. The hotel would have taken an hour and a half to get to and come back from, and the park was gonna close at 6 until Allie, little genius over here, figured out that she could order like an Uber delivery, whatever it's called, from Target over here to the drop-off area of the park. You can actually get stuff delivered from Target to the drop-off zone at Animal Kingdom. Even the driver's like, I didn't even know I could do this.
Uber can pick people up.
Well, yeah, I know Uber drivers actually go to that spot, so he was familiar with the spot, but who knew it would work for delivery in the app? So maybe you could get McDonald's delivered to yourself right to the front of Animal Kingdom. Who knew? Anyway, we started super late. The park is gonna close in like another 30 minutes, but better late than never. And now let's get the hello operator onto this ride, my favorite ride at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Dude, we were just gonna split up and each go single rider, you know, but with the line being only 10 minutes, let's do the regular queue. Plus, the regular queue is one of the most beautiful, well-themed lines in Walt Disney World, for my money, on par, although very different from the Indiana Jones queue at Disneyland, which is one of the best there is. And I'm hoping that when Dinosaur gets the full Indiana Jones makeover, it will get a similar upgrade to its line as well. Like, look at this, the carved wood, and look at those carved doors right there with the Yeti on it, the little idols, the places of offering. Just chucked a penny in there. The prayer bells and the prayer flags, and best of all, the full-size Yeti museum on this side. But first, you gotta pass through another one of these rooms full of climbing supplies, almost like a little way station on your climb up to Everest, before you finally get to this, the actual Yeti museum itself. By the way, what's up with that music? I don't think I've ever noticed music in this queue before, and it was so loud. All right, we're in the Yeti museum. That is one of my favorite pieces of art at Walt Disney World, prop-wise. But then look at this. If you're into Bigfoot, you're into Yeti, cryptozoology, and legendary creatures, and once again, that museum curation team at Imagineering has your back. Look at the frickin' theming in here. I mean, I can't tell what's a real piece of cultural material or what's something made up by Imagineering. It is that well blended together. They have all kinds of climber supplies and photos of Yeti tracks and displays. Ooh, and look at that Yeti right there. Here you have the display on the mystery of the lost expedition. You got the ripped up tent and the materials found left behind from some climbers that were attacked. And look at their film when it was developed. Look at the size of that monster. Ill-fated Forbidden Mountain Expedition of 1982. I just love the Yeti Museum. It's great to have a fast pass, but the unfortunate part is when you do, you don't get to see all of this. Oh, the Fast Pass line has one of my favorite things. There's a random picture of Josh Gates. Wait, they've got one on this side too. There he is.
Hey, it's me. I'm Josh Gates. It's time for an expedition into the unknown.
Whoa. Look at the size of that foot right there. The only foot in Disney World bigger than mine. Hey, size 14, you know what they say about guys with big feet? It's very hard for them to find shoes and Crocs. Looking for Crocs, just in case it rained. I've never worn Crocs, just to try one on. They don't have size 14s at the Magic Kingdom. Dude, holy crap, this is a freaking walk-on. This is awesome. Dude, by the time we got that memory card, we may have only had basically an hour and 45 minutes to experience Animal Kingdom. They sure made it easy to do everything we wanted to do today. The crowds are non-existent. I'm guessing because of the heat. All right, here we go. For the messy hair, we're on our way up to the Forbidden Mountain. This is what I'm talking about that theming. I love it in this little temple. I always want to get out and explore it. I don't think that'd be a very good idea. I don't think Disney would appreciate that very much. But I just always want to look at that mural. Oh my gosh, I can see Hollywood from here. Woo! Hello, pretty little mountain climber. This is the best, most legendary thing. I remember when this opened up, seeing footage of this on like the Disney Channel or something and being like, wait a minute, the track is broken, and then you gotta go backwards. What kind of witchcraft I just love that they did that. I love that they put a new twist on the old roller coaster experience. Hey, and fun Randomland fact, this is the exact spot I first came up with. It's everybody's mother-in-law! Hold on, Allie! I'm getting dizzy. Oh, into the mountain. And here she comes. Disco Yeti! Can you see it? That's okay. No one else can either. Woo! Couldn't tell if that growling was the Yeti or my stomach rumbling. I'm hungry. Ooh, I like that little bit of mist there from the waterfall at the end. The waterfall's actually working, and the wind was blowing it right in our favor. Oh, another dog with shoes. I love seeing dogs with shoes for some reason. All right, gotta tap, tap, tap-a-roo and get that fun pic. Oh, look at it. What a fun one. You always look so adorable, and I always look like that Yeti in there. Of course, famously, for those of you who are not Walt Disney World experts, the Yeti inside of that mountain was a fully functional animatronic, but it broke down early on in Expedition Everest's existence, and the animatronic figure was so large they actually built the mountain around it. So when it broke down, supposedly there'd be no way of getting it out to fix it without ripping the whole mountain down around it, which is why it no longer moves, and instead they just put sort of a flashing light in there to give it the illusion of motion, hence the nickname Disco Yeti. All right, the park closes in 10 minutes, so you know what? We're actually gonna do it again because that wasn't even 10 minutes or 5 minutes as it says now. That was a walk-on.
Oh, heck yeah, man. When the line is this short, man, you gotta do it, man. You gotta go on an expedition.
Actually, Allie was in Disneyland one time and saw Josh Gates, but I was here at Disney World. I was like, oh, you gotta talk to him. He makes a lot of the same dad jokes that I make. I always wonder, has he seen Randomland before, or are we just kindred spirits separated at birth? All right, here we go again. All the vampires living in Reseda, move west down Ventura Boulevard. Whoa! Now I'm free! Whoa! Free falling! Ah! Disco Yeti! Whoa! Oh, what a fun one! Woo! The most fun I've ever had with Yeti. Ah, who knew cryptozoology could be this much fun? Okay, and fun pick number 2. Allie looks so cute. How do you do it? You always look like a little princess. That's because you are a little princess. A very little princess. Remember what I was saying about little details that you never noticed before? Like, look at that. Who's the decorator of this? Mola Ram? Well, I know the park is closing in literally like 5 minutes. I'm so tired. I gotta lay down and take a nap.
Hey, please don't try to sleep here.
What? What are you talking about? I can sleep wherever Oh. Okay. Well, I guess if I'm gonna sleep, I might as well do it back at the hotel. Speaking of which, it's been so hot this trip that as never nude and as completely anti-taking off my shirt as I am, even I, have actually gone in the pool with Allie at least once a day. Only for like 10 minutes at a time. That's about as much as I can stand, but that's how hot it is. Ooh, like I said, this is the hottest of the 4 parks. Everybody sort of universally agrees on that. I don't know how busy it was this morning, but maybe that's why there's like nobody out here now. So few people, in fact, that there was no one around the PhotoPass photographer. We did a whole little fun photo shoot together. Just don't tell Allie I showed you those pictures because her hair was still messed up from the ride and she hates that. She likes to stay practically perfect in every way. When will she learn? She's already perfect and there's nothing she can do to mess that up. All right, well, the park's closed. We have no time for Africa today. Although maybe while Allie's getting ready tomorrow morning, I'll have time to dip over. I'm not sure yet. Other than opening day of Epic Universe, if the weirdo tickets my friend Mig V convinced me to buy work, we have basically no plans this time. It's all just completely random. Anyway, I don't think we did too bad for the limited amount of time we had. There was a shirt disaster, had to buy this swanky Roosevelt shirt over there. There was a camera memory card disaster. We were attacked by dinosaurs and Josh Gates, and yet we survived. You know what, Allie?
I think we've done our duty.
And I rarely do this, guys. I mean, in the past several hundred videos, I've maybe said this about 10 times, but if you like these adventures and you'd like to support one of the oldest shows of its kind on YouTube, you know, if you're getting value from these episodes and you want to help us make more of them, then please consider joining our Patreon. But even still, even if all you can do is like and share, especially sharing these videos with a friend you think will like them, then you'll have done more to pay me back than you can ever know.
And you'll have done your duty too, which means you can go home and sleep well.
right, normally at the end here, this is where the mistakes go. Things like this. Speaking of which, it's been so hot this treat. But actually this time I have a serious question for you guys. When I first came up with the Randomland logo, I cannot tell you how random and how quickly it was done. It was like, I need something here really quick, bam. And then it dawned on me over the years that, well, a lot of people have access to that font. I mean, I paid a license for it, it's legit, but a lot of people use that same font for all kinds of stuff, restaurants, different things like that. So over time, we changed it a little bit, and this logo changed to look like this. But now time has gone on, and I kind of drew up a new one, which looks like this. I kind of like it, but I want to know what you guys think. What do you think? Number 1, number 2, number 3? Is it a natural evolution? You like number 3? Is it good? Go with it, use it for a while, see what happens, make a new fun t-shirt? Or like, that's not it, as the kids say. Let me know in the comments. See you next time. She likes to stay practically perfect in every way. Look at this little bird. Oh, he can fly.